I went to Diddy's late night party, and there Diddy forced me to bring North as well. He forced me to sell Northwest to him, but I refused. Kanye is putting false accusations on me.
It's your passion and whatever, but I'm like, isn't there a time to do it later once your kids are like more grown and you could like,
I've already done it. I have 4 more months and then I'm done. Why would I stop now?
Kourtney, I'd rather be in law school than sitting home all day. Do you get it?
I am not Northwest's girlfriend. I am the manicurist that Kim Kardashian pays $100,000 a month to serve Northwest.
I feel like I could be Batman. I feel like you could be Batman. Anybody could be Batman. You just gotta get the gadgets.
I'm close to God, and I was like, we had this house there, and there was like these devil statues, and I was like,
I'm not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney.
Kim's entire world is beginning to appear unstable. The crazy thing is that her own children are exposing her this time, not even the internet. North is essentially uncontrollable and has expressed a desire to live with Kanye. Chicago, on the other hand, usually appears disinterested and subtly depressed whenever Kim puts a camera in her face, as if she is being coerced into this reality show family plot that she never requested.
He gave this book to his best friend to give him some motivation from Jesus.
Chicago's obviously so little, and she doesn't really understand what this means.
What about the boys? You would believe Saint and Psalm are background actors because of how infrequently they appear. The girls receive all the attention in order to promote their companies, while the sons are ignored. This is the same pattern that Kris had with Rob. Kim continues to assert that she is a boy mom at heart, despite this.
Love my girls, but a girl's like steals your clothes, has an attitude, you know, there's nothing like being a boy mom. Like seriously, it's the best.
And all of this is taking place at a time when Kim is becoming less relevant. The Kardashians are no longer as popular as they once were. Her children are no longer even participating with the image she is attempting to uphold because of the shift in online energy.
Kim Kardashian's latest post is a perfect example of how we're witnessing the death of celebrity culture. And it's so fascinating how very few people truly understand the phase of social media that we're now in, because I've seen large brands and companies.
Okay, everyone. Kim Kardashian is doing all in her power to remain relevant. Sources claim that she has no control over her children and that they are totally estranged from her. In case you missed it, Kim recently failed her bar exam after 6 years of preparation. She posted a video of herself sobbing upon receiving the test results. However, she stated that she hasn't given up on her goal of becoming a lawyer. "This dream means too much to me to walk away from," she captioned the photo. "Thus, until I reach my goal, I'm going to continue learning, studying, and advocating for myself." However, nobody seems sympathetic to Kim. If you look at the comments section of this video, they are actually hauling her because she set up a camera to capture herself sobbing. They also claim that she should be given a reality check for believing that she could purchase her way into a legal profession. Maybe she should have actually gone to law school to study instead of focusing on her social life, a fan even commented. She didn't work as hard as most law students, so it's difficult to feel sorry for her. Her written notes are unimpressive. She would have had enormous piles of papers if she had truly studied law. In the meantime, Kim's family is likewise not very sympathetic, and Kourtney simply called Kim out on her nonsense. Kim might be better off attending law school when her children are a little older, Kourtney noted. However, Kim became irate and claimed that Kourtney simply doesn't know what it's like to be enthusiastic about something.
I'm just more curious. I'm not like shaming or anything, but I'm like, I wonder why she feels the need to go to law school and like do this. It's fine if it's your passion and whatever, but I'm like, isn't there a time to do it later once your kids are like more grown and you could like,
I've already done it. I have 4 more months and then I'm done. Why would I stop now?
Kourtney, I'd rather be in law school than sitting home all day. Do you get it?
I'm also in a different world. So I would say I've really been managing my time so that I'm away from my kids as little as possible.
Some admirers have now criticized Kourtney for these remarks, claiming that she is envious and unfairly disparaging Kim. Others, however, contend that because Kourtney is considering the wider picture, she has a point. You see, the Kardashians are essentially the epitome of patriarchy and capitalism. Amazing hair, amazing bodies, perfect everything. Always working hard, never giving up, and constantly striving to be better. Kim can't seem to stop working on TV shows, building Skims, and taking the bar exam. Kourtney's main argument is that rather than chasing attention, it would be better to concentrate on your children while they are still little. Why put yourself through so much agony when Kim is already a billionaire? And for what purpose? More cash. Kim seems to be selecting this upheaval in order to maintain her relevance. Later on, she may have taken the bar exam. She could have taken her time and given her family more attention. Rather, she is pushing herself to the limit. I believe the tension stems from Kourtney's experience with Kris, where she witnessed her mother working while sometimes ignoring them. The oldest, Kourtney, has witnessed it all. While Kim is out there after fame and unnecessary wealth, she witnesses Kim's children going through it. Kim will die before admitting it, remarked one supporter. To hide the fact that she would much prefer work herself to death than raise the children of a deadbeat and deal with another failed marriage, she says, "I'm addicted to work." Kim wasn't meant to be a mother. She mooched from birth. She never resolved her divorce. She would want to keep that Pandora's box closed. She is the type of person that finds it difficult to control her emotions. Because she can't sit by herself in silence, she deliberately keeps herself overworked. Additionally, I've always found it strange that Kim continued to have children despite knowing about Kanye's issues after they had North. She now constantly laments that she is too busy and exhausted, acting as though she is a poor single mother who must work 3 jobs to make ends meet.
Any mom of a teenager or a preteen, unless you've been here, please, we just need a little bit of grace. Like, it's really hard. All the kids are like wearing the same things, but then my daughter tries to wear it. And then I'm like, okay, we're never wearing that again. Unfortunately, we made that mistake in front of the whole world. As a mom, you're kind of like learning at the same time. But what I do know is my baby's such a good girl. She does listen to me, but in other areas, I'm like, babe, if you want blue hair, like, it is what it is. You know, it makes her so happy. I would never take that creative away from her. Yeah, I just think anyone that's raising kids, especially 4 kids by myself, I'm doing the best that I can. On single moms trying to figure it all out with a preteen, it's a lot. If you know, you know.
Even with all of Kanye's problems, it appears that the kids still want to spend time with him instead of Kim. Kim actually acknowledged that each time North returns after seeing Kanye, she has a tantrum. Additionally, it seems like North enjoys Kanye's presence with his children rather than depending on nannies and cooks.
Then North, she'll go to her dad. She'll be like, Dad is the best. He has it all figured out. He doesn't have a nanny. He doesn't have a chef. He doesn't have security. He lives in an apartment. And she'll start crying. Why don't you have an apartment? I can't believe we don't have an apartment. They do that at Scott's too. Like, Dad has the best house. Your house sucks. He has the best house. It's not super big. The vibe's better. I feel like everything falls on the parent that's like more involved. Yeah. But like, we make our own food. That's amazing that you make ramen, you know, like, great.
You could see Kim was really envious when she made the sly remark, "It's great that you make ramen." She is unable of comprehending that children would rather eat ramen prepared by their parents than a meal prepared by a chef. Additionally, Kim's public declaration that Kanye lacks security came seen as quite deliberate and dubious. To begin with, I don't even think that's accurate. However, why would you bring this up when discussing your child and their father? I'm not sure about you, but at times it seems like Kim is bitter because her children remind her too much of Kanye. The majority of her children are exact replicas of Kanye in terms of both appearance and demeanor. In the same way that Kim used to be a miniature version of Paris Hilton, or that Blue Ivy is imitating Beyoncé in the entertainment business, Kim most likely desired a girly girl kid who would be a miniature version of herself and follow in her footsteps. Additionally, Kim seems to be quite bothered by the fact that her children, particularly North, are a miniature version of her father, Kanye.
Hey everybody, I just got off the phone with Kim. I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I am her father.
Chicago may appear to be more of a girly girl, but Kim's interactions with her are really odd. Chicago doesn't even want to look Kim in the eye and always appears utterly uninterested.
So we used an alias to bid on the Bible so that my name wouldn't be traced back to it.
So my daddy gave this book to his best friend to give him some motivation from Jesus. Motivation is when you help to like inspire someone to like do positive things. Like I can motivate you and say, everything's gonna be okay. You're so smart. You've got this, right? That's motivation. Chicago's obviously so little and she doesn't really understand what this means or really what this even is, but I still wanted to share this moment with her.
However, this does not imply that Chicago does not enjoy spending time with Kim. With all the cameras in her face, she's probably just uncomfortable. However, that's a different matter entirely. Kim should not push her daughter to participate in a reality show if she can see that she doesn't like it. The lads hardly ever show up, so it's obvious that she's not pressuring them. I'm not sure why, but everything about Kim seems so phony and forced these days.
There's been a lot going on with Kanye right now. How he looks so down on me for like my tape and brings it up all over town, all over the media. Like, thanks for reminding people once again. And I have to sit here and not say anything ever because I know one day my kids will appreciate that. And I know that like is the best thing for them. He was the one that started a rumor that said I was hooking up with Drake, having an affair, a whole marriage. She accused me of that publicly. I really can't wrap my head around how he thinks he is a protector. Sometimes Kanye will say to me, can I have approval over what you say about me on your show? And I'll say, well, you just talked about me in this song, this interview, and you didn't ask my permission. I never say anything negative. If I say I'm exhausted, I feel guilty about that.
It's becoming clear that the entire brand of being famous for being famous is not something you can maintain over time, even though it wasn't phony previously. Since Kim was essentially the primary character on the internet for almost 10 years in a row, it was incredible to watch her entire rise and collapse in real time.
You don't have tattoos anywhere?
No. Honey, would you put a bumper sticker on a Bentley?
This was in the days when Instagram was still adorable. Nobody understood the difference between a filter and real life, and the Kardashians' whole rich but relatable ploy had everyone spellbound. People genuinely believed that contouring would transform their lives.
Getting ready, I play up the eyes. My favorite part, you can have like no makeup on and you just put on like little liner, little mascara, and blush. I'm a blush girl.
But now, the atmosphere is quite different. The magic caused many to awaken. The pandemic struck. While Kim was out here taking drone photos of her estate and whining about being trapped in this massive house with her children, everyone else was broke and depressed. The Kardashians peddled this flawless, effortless beauty for years while acting as though their features were manufactured. And that's when the facade truly began to fall apart. In the meantime, Gen Z began disparaging anyone who made false claims regarding surgery, editing, filters, or anything else. They began calling out BS in real time and demanded complete transparency. Furthermore, let's face it, whenever Kim appears, it's always associated with some sort of mess. Diddy parties, the Balenciaga story, old Kanye turmoil, or the destruction of classic outfits. Additionally, her companies are failing to provide what is required of them. She now has to use these ridiculous gimmicks for her brand in the headlines, since nothing feels new.
Kim K is freeing the bush. The Skims founder launched a new thong with faux pubic hair. Per the Skims website, they're a mix of curly and straight faux hair in 12 different shade variations.
Oh, and do you recall the time she attempted to sell you that $48 face stocking?
Now we are going to offer amazing face shapewear.
Kim Kardashian's Skims debuting its first ever shapewear offering for faces. The brand dropped its latest export July 29th, with Instagram pics seeing models showing off the seamless sculpt face wrap, detailing its quote, signature sculpting fabric and infused with collagen yarns. As the company's co-founder fawned over the new Skims product on her Instagram story.
And it's just this like amazing jaw support. You can see it just snatches your little chinny chin with the jaw, and it's super comfortable.
In the meantime, Kim is being outsold by influencers with whole marketing teams who have a couch and a ring light. Without her, the culture has progressed. Kim was just left behind. She didn't crash. When aspirational imagination was revered on the internet, her thing worked. However, people today desire authenticity. Instead of the edited version, they prefer the messy, uncut film. She simply isn't able to provide that. When celebrity culture changes, this is what occurs. It is no longer 2016. Instead of looking up to superstars, people are staring at the entertainment business as a whole. The internet was once run by the Kardashians. They are now Hulu background characters who are attempting to persuade us that they are still that girl.
Look at my daughter, full makeup, singing She's in Love with an emo girl on TikTok, and I didn't have no say nor approval. Hey, what do you think? Do you think this would be cool or not? You know what I mean? And I'm the one that made them cool.
Kim Kardashian and Kanye West are back in the public eye, arguing about how to raise their daughter. And by threatening to sue Kim, Kanye is using the major guns this time. The drama began when fresh images of North West surfaced online, depicting her in an outfit that infuriated fans. Kanye is now claiming that his attorneys will halt it if Kim doesn't. However, this conflict goes far beyond clothing. Kanye is even making fun of Kris Jenner, saying that Kim and her mother have a perverse plan for North. He claims that they are essentially turning her into a product to be marketed, rather than merely allowing her to dress this way for fun. Fans are shocked by that accusation alone, and online speculation is exploding.
12 years old. She's 12. Walking around with a corset, the shortest miniskirt that you could have, and bright blue hair.
It all began with pictures of 12-year-old North in Rome, dressed for a nightclub rather than a family vacation. She had vivid blue hair, a face covered in makeup, a small miniskirt, a corset top, and big black boots. Outrage erupted on social media right away. Kim was accused of using her daughter as a fashion object and denounced as disgusting and unsettling. The dragging never stopped. Many claim that Kim is ignoring her true responsibility as a parent because she is so eager to fit in as the cool mom.
What about, so North and Saint, how are they in terms of their dynamic versus the way you girls were growing up? I know it's
so different.
Different genders,
so
but
different.
How different?
I mean, I don't know if it's because she's the older sister and I don't know what it is. I thought it was a phase. She does not like her brother. It's so hard for me. And I thought it was like, okay, a couple months, like, you know, she's just warming up to it. She gets so jealous, you know, when I would breastfeed and all that kind of stuff. And now the phase isn't going away. Like, it's just but her thing is, she thinks she's outsmarting me. She's like, we're having a tea party, Mom. No boys allowed. Dad can't come too then. And like, no boys. And she'll just slam the door on her brother's face.
Aww.
And he'll just start crying. And it's so, like, when they both are standing there, he likes to imitate her now. So if she's crying, then he'll just start fake crying. And I'm like,
mimicking?
One of you. Like, I can't pick up both of you, you know, and
the criticism didn't end there. Some even connected it to the notorious Balenciaga controversy, accusing Kim of prioritizing her brand's reputation over her daughter's welfare. At that point, Kanye's supporters asserted, this proves he's been right all along. She took her Balenciaga collaboration way too seriously, and she wonders why Kanye was raging about North being exposed online, a fan joked.
Her handwriting and her fingerprints all over my contract. When you look at the two, when you look at my signature and you look at her signature on my deliverables, that say sex tape number 1, sex tape number 2, and guess what? The third sex tape or the second they've been trying to play me on, it called Santa Barbara Sex. Her mama made us go shoot it for safety. She watched the mother and said, hey, we're going to go with the first one because the first one is better. It gives my daughter a better look than the second one that I made y'all go do. But you watched it and made a decision. And then you get on to whatever show you was on and take a lie detector test with a fraud.
Kanye may have a point, according to some, but he shouldn't be criticizing Kim. Fans are quick to point out that this is the same man who constantly objectifies women, even Bianca, his own wife. But all of a sudden, he is the moral voice. The hypocrisy is outrageous. Not to mention one of Kanye's more dubious actions, pressuring North to collaborate with Diddy, a man who was caught on camera touching a woman. Yes, Kanye believed that including his daughter was a good idea. He promoted a new song called Lonely Roads, Still Go to Sunshine, back in March with the tagline, "New Song by Puff Daddy," which included his son King Combs, my daughter Northwest, and Jasmine Williams, a young Yeezy artist from Chicago. Is that lineup unbelievable? The song even begins with a recorded phone conversation between Kanye and Diddy, in which Diddy thanks Kanye for looking after his children while he is incarcerated. Already, the entire situation sounded chaotic. However, many were sick to their stomachs when Kanye placed North's name next to Diddy's. A child being thrust into the orbit of a man with a troubling history of violence against women was causing fans to glare. Kim was also not amused. In fact, she attempted to end the collaboration. She told Kanye directly via text that he had no right to put North on a song without her consent. The worst part is this: Kim is the legitimate owner of the Northwest trademark. This implies that without Kim's permission, Kanye cannot lawfully exploit their daughter's name, image, or voice in any business endeavor. She also made sure he was aware of it. In her reply to Kanye, Kim even sent receipts and wrote, "I asked you at the time if I can trademark her name." "Yes," you replied. "It goes to her when she turns 18. So give up. To keep her safe, I provided documentation so she wouldn't be in the Diddy song. A single individual is required to trademark." Kanye, nevertheless, was not giving up. "Amend it or I'm going to war, and neither of us will recover from the public fallout," he spat back at her. Even the terrifying statement, "You are going to have to kill me," was dropped by him. That alone demonstrates how toxic things have become. Two parents who are so preoccupied with themselves that North's welfare is constantly neglected. According to critics, Kim wasn't upset that Diddy appeared on the song because, let's face it, the Kardashians have frequently been seen at his parties. No, Kim's true desires were power and all the money associated with North's reputation. In the meantime, Kanye enjoys portraying himself as the guardian of his daughter's innocence.
I wasn't allowed to know where her party was. There's nothing legal. They're saying that these are the kind of games that's being played. At the light, it's the kind of thing that really has affected my health for the longest. And I'm just not playing. I'm taking control of my narrative this year. I'm being the father, the best father, the yay version of a father. And I'm not finna let this happen. And we're gonna be in real time.
Take a slight right turn onto I-405
right here.
North.
Chicago, happy birthday. I love you. And I'm just putting this online because I need y'all support. I didn't call Kim, text the nannies. I got on the phone with Tristan. He said, he asked Chloe, won't nobody give me the address to my daughter's birthday party right now? And that's going to imprint in her mind that I wasn't there for her. You get what I'm saying? Like,
But supporters also criticize him, asking how he can claim to defend women while continuously denigrating them and standing up for guys with troubled pasts. In any case, folks are concerned that North won't have a chance at anything like a typical childhood because she is trapped between two parents who both enjoy disruption. However, Diddy was not the end of this conflict. After viewing those widely shared pictures of North in Rome wearing a corset and miniskirt, Kanye erupted once more. He wasn't merely venting on social media this time, he was actively threatening to sue Kim. According to a source who spoke to Globe magazine, Kanye is upset that his 12-year-old daughter is showing off her outfit, and he threatened to take legal action against Kim if she didn't stop. According to insiders, he has been yelling and screaming, accusing Kim of going too far and promising not to overlook it. This is where it becomes even more gloomy. Kanye asserts that Kris Jenner is also pressuring North to dress this way. In addition to Kim, he is outright accusing Kris of having a dark scheme to turn North into the new Kim Kardashian, alluding to future Playboy photo shoots and film leaks.
What happened was Kendall sent us two options, saying which one should I wear, this black and white one or this all white one. So I said, wow, I liked the white one better. And shady little North tells her that?
Despite the unsettling assertion, supporters aren't dismissing it given Kris's past. Do you recall Kanye's outburst from months ago? The one in which he called the twins of Jay-Z and Beyoncé derogatory names? He accused the Kardashians of being involved in human trafficking in the same sentence. He was particularly incensed when North appeared on a song with English musician FKA Twigs, and he responded with a startling post. Kim Kardashian is the fact that Twigs has my kid wearing an adult outfit in her video bothers me. Twigs could have done better in my opinion. All of you BS are F-ed. I have a black soul, and observe. You won't trust me. You'll simply claim that I'm insane. Kanye didn't end there. He intensified his criticism of Kris Jenner, accusing her of masterminding a scheme to sell out Chicago and North to the industry. Even if it sounds crazy, some individuals bring up Kris's history. According to Ray J, Kris not only approved Kim's infamous tape, but also examined several copies to determine which would sell the best. It is also reported that Kris proposed creating a third tape. Kanye is using that type of history as evidence, so it's understandable why this debate is getting out of hand. Now consider that for a moment. According to reports, a mother instructs her daughter to record another private tape, then sits down to watch it as if she were a producer in order to turn it into a profit. Parenting isn't like that. That is blatant exploitation. And given that history, is it really shocking that people think Kim is now following the same pattern with her own daughters, shaping them into brand extensions before they have a chance to grow up? Remember, Kris has been here before. She coerced Kim into doing pictures for Playboy, and she later did the same with Kylie. Kris apparently persuaded Kim to undertake a second shoot and display even more, despite her admission that she was uncomfortable showing too much. Kanye frequently warns against this degree of pressure, which is why he claims he doesn't want his children to spend too much time with Kris. According to people close to Kanye, he believes Kris is secretly getting ready to use the same strategy with North and Chicago, preparing them to be the next Kim and Kylie. When Kim let North use TikTok, Kanye previously made an attempt to halt it. Kim disregarded him as being overbearing, despite his outbursts about not wanting his daughter to dance for millions of strangers on the internet. However, this goes much beyond a TikTok account if Kanye's suspicions are correct. He thinks Kris is gradually luring Chicago and North into the Kardashian-Jenner financial machine, positioning them as the empire's next cash cows. People are beginning to question whether Kanye's warnings are a sign of what's actually happening behind the scenes, rather than just paranoia in light of all the previous receipts on Kris. Do you recall June 2020, just before Kim filed for divorce? Because of Kim's Playboy shoot, Kanye lost it on Kris. I put my life on the line for my children that North's mother would never sell her sex tape, he yelled. I put my life on my God that North's mom would never photograph her doing Playboy, he said in a subsequent post. And God is responsible for that. Here I am at the ranch. Come get me. The Kardashian camp is still plagued by those remarks. In the midst of all this commotion, it's difficult not to feel sorry for North. For the cameras, Kim is dressing her up like an adult. In addition to putting her on track with Diddy, Kanye is shouting about defending her innocence. And then there's Grandma, the mastermind who used her daughter's image to create an empire. North is trapped in the middle ring of a circus. Even though she is only a young child, strangers on the internet are analyzing her clothes, criticizing her appearance, and following her every step as if she were already a star. The struggle over her future is becoming more and more ugly, and the pressure is unbearable.
My daughter ripped up the motherfucking couches in the house to be able to be with me right now. Y'all don't know what's going on, for real. Where y'all TikToking and all that, y'all put up with all that.
Therefore, the true question is, do you believe Kanye is correct to accuse Kim of being careless? Or is he simply revealing his own hypocrisy with actions like the Diddy collaboration? What about Kris? Does she truly intend to transform North into Kim K 2.0 before she even reaches adolescence? This discussion is only getting hotter, so leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for staying to the very end. Remember to share this video and like and subscribe to StarAch for the newest content. The next one is on the way.